Hello, this is the STRICH portable practice amp. When I first got it, I was immediately kind of impressed with it, to be honest. It's really, really well built. Much, much better than most of the little battery-powered amps I've seen before. So I was really, really excited to try it out. Unfortunately, the sound is really not very good. The clean channel is okay, but it sounds very boxy. It doesn't have much high end, and it doesn't sound musical. The distortion channel is really quite poor, but I'll just kind of get to that in a second. The first thing I'll do is I'll just give you some sounds here. So this is the clean channel, and I've got everything set so the gain and tone are both at 12 o'clock, and the volume is up fairly high. But I'll just give you an idea what that sounds like. And you can change the pickups here a little bit. So, kind of uninspiring. It's not terrible, but I'll bring up the treble all the way to the top, and it still doesn't really get much of a chime to it. So it doesn't sound terrible. You can also bring the gain up. So again, it's okay. The clean channel is okay. What you get in trouble is when you get to the distortion channel. I'll just engage it here. To preface it, it has the strangest distortion characteristic I've ever heard in my life. It's almost like there's two separate signals. It pokes through immediately with a sound that's slightly cleaner, but there's a distortion, almost like a fuzz effect in the background, and there's almost no sustain in the note. It's really hard to describe it. Anyway, let's give you an example. And it's not as noticeable there. You can maybe hear that there's like a fuzzy, fizzy hiss in the background. I'll play some single notes, and hopefully that'll make it more noticeable. Picking is almost, like, if you try to do any sort of fast picking at all, it's almost impossible. It's almost like a compressor. If you've ever used a compressor pedal before and you have it set, fairly high, when you dig in hard on the first note, it'll pop, and then it'll drop immediately. That's what this seems like. It seems like there's a built-in compressor, or it's trying to add some sort of reverb somehow. I don't know how to describe it. I've never heard anything quite like it. If you hear that, hopefully it'll come across. Behind the note, it's like a whoa, 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 whoa sort of sound. It's really not pleasant at all. You can use it. It's certainly usable, but not something that would be inspiring to play. Likewise, I'm just going to go back to the clean. It can take pedals, but not well. I thought it would do much better than it did, to be honest. I have a little cube baby here that I'm going to plug in. And bring the gain back down, because that's one of the things it immediately does. It starts to feed back when you put any sort of gain through it. So I'm going to just play a little bit here, not too much. such a feedback. You can maybe even have heard it in between the notes themselves. Yeah, it's just not something that I'm overly fond of. It works, and the build quality feels really great. I just wish that the sound matched the build quality. So this is one of those ones that's hard to really rate. I'm leaning more toward the 3 to 3.5 star, probably closer to 3, just because of the sound quality. But the clean channel is usable. But yeah, pretty disappointing, to be perfectly honest. I was hoping for something a bit better. Regardless, I hope this has been helpful, and I wish you the very best.
Ooh. Well,
Mm-hmm.